We're live! We're live! Hi, babes. Hi, babes. Hi, babes. Welcome to The Witch and the Wizard. Now, the Wiz is all the way across the globe, and the sound may not be right perfect. So, the Wiz is going to be chatting with us tonight on the chat. And the witch is going to hold it down best I can. The show tonight, torn between two lovers. OMG. So let's see who's on tap tonight. Who's with us tonight? Let's see who is here tonight. And I know. Torn between two lovers. Hey, May. May is with us tonight. Welcome, as always, May. Welcome. And Wiz is going to be chatting with us tonight. How awesome is that? Chatting from where he is on the globe. So tonight's episode is inspired by some of our peeps. I won't say who. We'll keep everyone confidential and protect everyone's identity. So tonight's show is torn between two lovers. What happens when you have two vying for your attention? And what do you do about that? And how is it that how do you make a choice? Do you choose? What do you do in that situation? That's the topic of tonight's show. Torn between two lovers. OMG. Hi. Oh, look at Adam. Hey, Adam. How are you? Hi, Nichelle. Hey. Hello. So, torn between two lovers. Here's the inspiration for this show. So,
does it sound bad for everybody? Or?
In our tribe, someone whom we love very, very, very much. And there could be a lot of people that have this exact same situation. And the situation is that you are in a relationship, and maybe the relationship isn't going exactly how you want it to go. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And you've given this sort of I don't want to say ultimatum because people don't like ultimatums. Let's say that you've told the person that you're in a relationship with that is what's not working for you. And this person now decides that they want to, do what they can to make the relationship work based on what you told them. Right there, the Wiz said that could be a problem because you never know if people are doing it to keep you or if they're doing it because they really want to make a change. And then you have this other outside party that you also feel a connection with, a kinship with, maybe even a soul connection with, that you want to maybe explore a relationship with. And this person knows, all the parties know about each other. However, what do you do? What do you do in that instance, in that situation? Torn between two lovers. What's going on?
Some of it, though, at least.
Wiz is in another part of the world, so he's actually going to be chatting May. So that's why we can't hear him. His sound is not going to be on tonight, so he's going to be chatting on the chat with us. And let us know, have you ever had the experience where you were torn between two lovers? Have you ever had the experience where there were two people that you were really connected with, maybe even soul connected with at the same time? And is it possible to be in love with two people at the same time? And what do you do about it? What do you do about it? So that's the conversation for tonight. So whenever you see the Witch and the Wizard commenting, that's Wiz commenting tonight. He's on the keyboard talking with you this evening. So tell us what your thoughts are about that. Let's hear some comments. Let's get some conversation going around this. What's happening? Hey, Mia Flores! How are you tonight? Welcome, Mia Flores. Welcome. Hey, Monique! How are you? Welcome to Tantra Talks. Welcome. With the Witch and the Wizard. The Wiz is all the way on the other side of the world. So the wizard is on the comments tonight, commenting. So y'all got to converse with me, converse with us to keep it going, to keep the conversation going on what we're talking about today. So, would you be with two lovers if everyone was happy together, Val? I sure would be. Adam, I sure would be. Because let me tell you, the human experience, I believe within myself, is not meant to be with one person for your whole life. In other words, some people do thrive in that kind of situation. You know, there are, I would say 20 to 25% of the general population thrives in a situation like that, where you have just one person and they stay with that one person happy forever for a long time. Hey, May, I missed your last few chats. I'm here tonight. I know that's right, May. And they are happy and they stay happy together for a long time. However, oh, Mia Flores, you're doing much better. Yay, 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 yay. However, hey, Michelle, thank you. I love your energy, Val. Thank you. Thank you so much. However, I noticed that the vast majority of people, maybe 75 to 80% of people, will have some kind of variation in their sexual relationships and their intimate relationships. Maybe they will have more than one partner. So it seems like the majority of people at some point in their life, they will be with more than one person, not necessarily at a time. Simply, they might not keep the same lover for their entire life. And then you have some people, I would say 20 to 25% of the population. This is from my observations. I cannot say that this is scientifically proven, but it would appear that 20 to 25% of the population thrives in a one-on-one monogamous relationship. And it would appear that the vast majority of the population will have more than one lover in their lifetime. So yes, monogamy, sacred conjure. Some people are very happy in monogamy. Some people love that. I say that it depends. Once again, Tantra Talks is an open forum. We love speaking about how people relate, right? How we relate to each other. And we are non-judgmental. We're loving. We support everyone and we welcome everyone here. And there are a lot of different kinds of ways to relate. There's polyamory, there's polygamy, there's sister wives, there's all kinds of ways that people can relate. So here is an open forum where people can relate. What's it called when you have more than one lover? More than one, excuse me, could be polyamorous. And polyamorous means that you love, it's called loving more. So if you go to Loving More, I believe it's lovingmore.com, you find out more about polyamory. Loving more. I don't think I can be with two lovers. To have a spiritual connection with different people, however, is different. Oh, yes, May. Really powerful. You can have just a wonderful spiritual connection with more than one person. Absolutely, because love is, hi, life on the move, love. How you doing? How you doing, love? Because love is universal. It does not contain itself to one person. It doesn't contain itself at all. Love is love, and it is universal. It does not contain itself to one person. That doesn't mean that sex and love, they're not the same thing, right? They can coexist, but they're not essentially the same thing. So though you may love many, many people, of course, you're not going to jump in bed with everyone you love. I think it being a relationship with two different people would sometimes cause jealousy. Adam, good thing. But sex is special for me. Yes, May. Adam, depends on the arrangement, polyamory, open relationship, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, the wizard is answering. And yes, May, here's the deal. People who are in polyamorous relationships, they really have to be grown up. You really have to be grown up. Because in polyamory, you are stating that you will have a physical, sexual, intimate relationship with this person, and that you are also agreeing for either yourself or that other person to also have a physical, sexual, intimate relationship with someone else at the same time. You're loving more. So that really requires people to be grown up and to get over a lot of the jealousies, insecurities, and things like that that plague relationships, right? And that really cause a breakdown of relationships. I'm not saying polyamory is for everyone. What I'm saying is that you really have to be grown up in polyamory, because let's say I saw this show on television. It was so good. I didn't understand polyamory until I saw this show. On the show, I want to try astral sex. Yeah, that's awesome, right? On the show, there was a woman and a man, and they were polyamorous, right? And in order for either one to have another lover, they both have to date the third person, and they both have to approve of the third person, which I actually like, because you want to understand who your mate is with. You don't just want your mate out there with anybody, right? So the two of them went on a date with the other guy. She was going to have another lover. And so the two of them went on a date with this other guy. And so the guy had to be approved by both of them in order for now her to take him as her second lover, right? So then it's going to be the three of them. And I tell you one thing, they started dating him. It's dating. You really getting to know this third person. The couple was getting to know this third person. This is not swingers, because swingers is different. That's two with two, and they intermingle, right? This is different. This is polyamory. So they go on the date. It works out. And she decides that she's going to be with him with the approval of the other one. Now, she and the first one are getting married. So the two of them will be married, and this one will be her boyfriend. And so by the end of the show, the three of them were together on the sofa. Her husband was at like the head of the sofa, and she was laying on his lap. Her head was like on his lap. And she had her lover was sitting at the other end of the sofa, and she had her feet on the lover's lap, and the lover was rubbing her feet. So she had her husband at her head and her lover at her feet. I was like, get it, girl. As Dr. She was getting it in, okay? I was like, wow. And everybody knew about everybody. It was above ground. There was no sneaking. But you got to be grown up for that. Because all the jealousies and insecurities, has got to go. Adam said, this is getting saucy. Jealousy can be a harmful thing if you don't think about things you have. Yeah, jealousy is very dangerous to a relationship. That's right, Life on the Move Live. Have it all. Have the husband and the boyfriend. Now it gets even better. When I went to downshift, downshift is in the house. Hi, downshift. Downshift said the downshift was sleeping. You know it's about to be on like popcorn when downshift comes in. Y'all know what happens when downshift comes on the show. Oh, it's about to be all the way live. Okay, you on time, downshift. So here's what happened when I went to Kenya. Just to give you an idea about this whole different partnerships, right? I was in Kenya and I was at the Maasai village. And so I went on with the Maasai village, the chief, his son. So his son told us that he has a wife and he has a girlfriend. And so I was intrigued. You know me and my nosy self. You're up now, though, Wiz said downshift. No, I didn't see it live. I didn't see them actually doing anything live in Kenya. He was telling us about it. He said he had a wife and he has a girlfriend. And I said, you have a wife and you have a girlfriend? He said, yes. But the stipulation is that the girlfriend that he has to be married. Now, why is that important? The girlfriend has to be married because then you know that the girlfriend is not going to cause any problems for you and the wife. So you have to have mutual fear of loss, I guess you could say. Even when people say when they cheat, make sure you cheat with somebody who has just as much to lose or just as much at stake as you do. I myself do not agree with that because I don't agree with cheating. I agree with telling people the truth and being grown up and doing what you're going to do, right? Wiz, why are you hiding? Wiz is not hiding. Wiz is on the other side of the globe. And he's on the other side of the globe, and he is moderating the comments for us, but the sound is not good. May, sharing doesn't have to be a physical thing. Absolutely, absolutely. So anyway, they say we need 10 more likes, love tubers. Yay, thank you. Smash that like button, baby. Smash that share button, baby. We love it. We love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that was critical. So I said to the Maasai village, to the one I was talking to, I said, you have a wife and you have a girlfriend. He said, yes. I said, this is a little village. How do you get with your wife and your wife and your girlfriend? Because it wasn't about 75, 80 people there. They were in the middle of nowhere. So it wasn't like it was going to be a big, it wasn't like it was going to be a secret. And so he said, oh, my wife goes to the river to draw water, and I go with my girlfriend. And my girlfriend goes to with her husband and with my wife. So you had to have, what's your favorite crystal? My favorite crystal probably is purple amethyst or clear quartz crystal or a selenite. Between those three probably is my favorite. And let me throw one more in, pink quartz crystal. So here you had this kind of relationship, experience where it was common for a man to have his wife and to have a girlfriend, but the girlfriend had to be married. That way she's not going to cause problems for the man and his wife. Now, I like that scenario because it put the women on the equal footing with the men. The men weren't just having their own lovers. This woman, she could have a lover and a husband too. So I love that. Life one so is my favorite. That's my favorite crystal. May, so you wouldn't share anything at all in regards to someone you love. Oh, May is like, no, you're not sharing. Adam, yay, I'm wearing selenite. I always wear my selenite necklace. Yay! I love selenite. Love it, love it, love it. So y'all tell me, if y'all had two lovers, y'all tell us, if you had two lovers, would you pick one? Would you talk to both of them? So here's the choices. Pick one and leave the other. Who would do that? Who would pick one and leave the other? Then who would have two but be on the DL? And then who would have both and be on the up and up? That's what I would do. I would have both and I would be on the up and up. May, sharing can be fun. That's right. Life on the move lot. So tell us what y'all would do. We want to, inquiring minds want to know what you would do. In this situation, it looks like our person, no sharing for me. Okay, May, no sharing. Understood. Is that Wiz in the background? Wiz is in another location. I'm in the US. Wiz is in another country right now. I would have both and just have threesomes day in and day out. No, that's right. May, it gets complicated. Life on the move lot. I would try two guys at once. Okay, gotcha. May, I'm too passionate. I know what you mean, May. I feel a lot very similar to you. I'm not really one for being with more than one at a time, even though I would like the option. Because in my scenario, my ideal is one that I love, that I'm with all the time. And then the option that if someone comes into the picture that I desire to share a love experience with, that it's open to share the love experience. Adam, I love selenite. Good choice. Selenite is wonderful. We love it. Talking to the angels. Who would, if your lover, your first lover, was not satisfactory, would you keep the first lover and then also add the second one so that you could have everything you want with both? Or would you just ditch the first lover and get the next one? I heard Wiz's voice for a little bit. I guess I'm missing him. Oh, Life on the Move lot. That's so beautiful. Oh, who doesn't Life on the Move? I'm still debating if I can have two. And here's the interesting thing. I feel you, Tania. Here's the interesting thing about it. You have to know yourself before you go into any relationship. You have to know yourself. What can you put up with? What can you work with? What can you not work with? What can you live with? What can you not live with? Because you're not going to be able to control anybody else. That's not our thing at all. What we can do is own self and set boundaries for what we will and will not do in relationships. That's key. Absolutely a divine level of spiritual maturity. Yes, like Sacred Conjure Monique would have to be spiritually mature so that we're never jealous or never insecure over people. I'm not quite there yet. I like threesomes myself, but I got space about every 2 months or so because the last time I almost broke my... Damn shit. Oh my goodness. Woo! OMG, downshift. I knew when you came in here it was going to be all the way live. Oh my goodness. For long term, one guy, Life on the Move lot, understood. Now remember, there's a difference between what people want to experience as an ongoing love relationship and what you may experience once in a while. Maybe as a couple, you might swing once in a while. I know couples that on the guy's birthday, the wife will get a girl for him. I know that couples like that. And there's couples. Hey, you're a trip, man. He is a trip, huh? And I know couples that go away to Vegas maybe once a year on the husband's birthday, and they have threesomes. People do that. So maybe what you live with on an ongoing basis is different from what you will do maybe once in a while. Okay. I haven't had more than one man sex with, but I will not say I will never do it because you never know. And I can't say I will not drink off that river and then thirst to dead. LOL. Okay, Mia Flores. In other words, Mia Flores is open to new experiences. I think that's what I'm hearing from you. OMG, the wind said downshift. We don't need you breaking anything. Don't do that. Don't do that. Here's the other thing. When you have, just like downshift we're sharing, when you have an experience with someone, a sexual experience with someone, that energy stays with you either until you clear it or for 7 years. So be very careful who you are swirling around sexual energy with. That energy is powerful and potent, and you are now connected to that person, and you're connected to that person until you clear that energy, which you can do some very energy clearing, a very intensive energy clearing, sacred baths, salts. Salt is one of the best things to cut energy. Salt, sage, clearing, prayer, chanting. You really have to do a lot to clear that sexual energy once you're with someone. So give yourself some time in between, like Downshift said. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Did you guys know that in ancient China, the public used to copy the emperor's fetishes? Interesting. Mia Flores, yes, that's what I'm saying. Okay, LOL, I believe. Tania's cracking up a downshift. Which is Mia Flores, LOL. I hear you, or should I say I read you. Sacred Conjure. Jealousy and love cannot abide in the same space. Absolutely. Because jealousy is really the belief that something is lacking and that someone else has something that you don't have. That's a lie. Like is a lie. So therefore, love is not jealous. Love is not unkind. Love is not cruel. Love doesn't keep account of the injury. When we read that whole chapter in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, it tells us all about what love is. Love is not jealous. Love does not keep count of injury. Love is not insecure. Love is love, right? Life on the Move lot, that's my point. I'm open to try at once. I just don't do anal anymore. It was painful. Okay, Wiz, I can make an exception. the Moonlight. I think Life on the Moonlight was doing a little proposition there. The Witch and the Wizard. Yeah, man, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful at the Witch and the Wizard, right? Adam, the ancient Greek king, used to have more than 2 lovers. Absolutely. Mostly all kings, emperors, and things like that had multiple partners. Especially the king would have many concubines. And they say the King Solomon had 1,000 concubines. Of course, he had one whom he really, really loved. And of course, he also, the King of Sheba. The King of Sheba was supposedly the one that Solomon really, really loved. And the King of Sheba came and he professed his love for her and whatnot. But then Solomon got himself caught up because he had too many women. That's where Solomon got caught up. He got caught up with the women and he lost it. Downshift, you might want to get pointers from where. Oh, Adam, ancient China, we still do it now at many levels, but that must have been a trip back then. May, but isn't God a jealous God and he is love? No. Oh, wow, May, that's an excellent question. Because, they say that God is a jealous God, yet not so. Here's what has happened. God, we have made God into man, and man seeks to make, and God seeks to make man into God. So we are to acknowledge that we are spirit. God is not jealous because God is love. We have misunderstood a lot of the things that are in the Bible. So this God is jealous thing, no, that's another thing, another holdover from the Christian church that people have tried to get us to believe. That's not so, not accurate. Life on the Move Lot. Yeah, I think you're right. Life on the Move Lot, downshift, you might want to get points as rules. Okay. And remember, God is love. So there is no jealousy in love whatsoever. I'm reading a fascinating article. And the article gives the history of marriage throughout the ages. And one of the things that translation problem, I guess. God's jealousy is humans, as ours is imperfect. Exactly. And when we consider marriage over the years, right, it has changed so much. And this current idea that we have of one man and one woman, this is a relatively new idea. This is not really something that has been, it's probably, when I say relatively new, I mean like 200 years old. That you just have one woman, one man, they get together, live happily ever after. That's a very new concept. Before, marriage was about land, having children, and keeping the lineage together, right? It wasn't about happily ever after. This whole idea of romantic love, this is somewhat new in marriage. This is somewhat new because mostly all over thousands of years, they have mostly had arranged marriages where people kind of were, put together and they didn't care if they loved them or not. As a matter of fact, they say in ancient China, it was actually better if the man, let's say the emperor and his wife, they arranged for their son to get married. They actually didn't want the husband to be in love with the wife, because if the wife didn't give children to the husband, if she couldn't have children to give for the husband, then they would want the husband to dismiss the wife, but he wouldn't do that if he was in love with her. So, this whole idea about marriage and being in love, not so much. God is more jealous in the sense of not tolerating you worship another God, not to get deep with it. Okay, so true, but it's totally different. Love you guys in your comments. You all always bring it. Absolutely. So marriage nowadays is about, romantic love. This person's going to fulfill all my needs. It wasn't like that up until maybe just a couple of hundred years ago. It was a contract, an arrangement, basically for land and for children. Who's married here? I'm curious. Who here is married and is, having this incredible marriage relationship? Talk to us. Who's married? Or is everybody single? Who's married here? Let us know in the comments who's married. I'm curious about that. I'm curious. Let us know who's married. May, I just feel that being in multiple relationships complicates self. Interesting. So, May, you know what? Oh, Carrie. Hi, Carrie. BBM. Carrie, what does BBM mean? I'm not sure what BBM. May, I am married. Yay. Oh, life on the move, like divorce 8 years. Yay. I had a happy divorce too. It was time. It was time. Carrie, what does BBM mean? What is BBM? Let us know what that means. I'm not sure what that is. Who else is married or single? May, no, I'm not having an absolutely wonderful marriage. Oh, okay. Nichelle, I'm married. Okay, good. May, not having an absolutely wonderful marriage. Okay. May, what could be improved? I'm curious. What could be improved? What could be made better? I'm curious about that. Yeah, Adam. Adam said that's a shame, May. What could be made better in your relationship? Because we are here on Tantra Talks to elevate and to inspire you to have the relationship of your desire, of your dreams. See, this is the truth. God is love, God is bliss and beauty. And you are to have to create and manifest the relationship of your dreams. Man, yes, it can complicate self, especially if one is lost already. Yes. I have a happy divorce for 9 years. I'm single and loving being married to myself. Wonderful. May, I'm sorry to hear that. Life on the move like May. More of a spiritual connection with my partner. Excellent, May. Excellent. So then the question becomes, do I really feel the spiritual connection? Do I really feel a spiritual connection within myself with the one? And within that spiritual connection within self, then we can relate better to partner. You know, when I was in my relationship, married, I've been single for 8 years, downshift, because I'm not the best BF. But I think best friend. But I think as I get older, I might be a better boyfriend. Oh, better boyfriend. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. I meant May, not men in my last comment. Okay, May. What do you guys think about prostitution or one night stands? Well, you know, people have all kinds of sexual experiences, and that's all about choice. You know, this is what I always ask my kids when my kids have some kind of experience, right? No judgment on any of it. Ask yourself, what did I learn from that? How am I growing? You know, Adam, I'll get to you in a sec. Wiz said, Wiz is on the comments. You know, how am I growing from that? What am I learning? What is the universe seeking to show me? Make your choices, and from each choice, learn. That's critical. Learn from each choice. All you ladies are great and beautiful exactly where you are. May, I want him to love my spirit. May, the question is, do you love your spirit, beloved? Do you love your spirit? We all just have some work to do. Yes, downshift. Unlike most guys, I'm man enough to tell a woman that so I don't waste their time. I don't like playing with people's feelings. Good for you, downshift. I'm the same way. I am upfront and let people know exactly what's going on with me. Like, we're doing this or we ain't doing this. And people appreciate that. When me and my girlfriends used to go out to the club, they used to say that I was sort of like the, I don't want to say the word cock blocker, but that was me. Like, you know, no, if I you know, sometimes it's fun to have pleasure and it's fun. What we realize is sometimes that stuff wears off fast, and the residue of what you're left with after it isn't pleasant, because once again, you got to scrub your energy field and your entire auric field. That's not fun. So have fun with yourself. Have fun with yourself. As we fix our issues, all the fat will come off. And if that is a husband or a bad boyfriend, then so be it. But we must get self right. Yes, all the rest will fall into place. Life on the move line. He may love you, but you may want him to show you love in a way you can receive. Please tell him. Oh, that's beautiful. Life on the move line. Yes, I'm learning to love my spirit. I have issues though, but don't we all? Yep, we all got them. That's why we're having this conversation, so that together we may heal and come into a higher vibration and really, just be better people so that we can be better in relationship. The bottom line of every relationship, if you love yourself, you can love someone else. The first relationship you have is the relationship with yourself. If that relationship with yourself is off, the relationship with other people will be off. That's pure and simple. You cannot have a loving relationship with someone else if you're not in love with yourself. Downshift, if you're not a bad boyfriend, you are knowledgeable and bluntly raw. You will find someone who will make you be a good boyfriend. She seemed to call it possibly. Life on the move line. You sound like you are in the beginning of failed communication. Wow. Thank you. Life on the move. Absolutely. Communication. I find most people don't like to tell the truth in their relationships. They're afraid to tell the other person what they really think. I wish some people would be more outspoken like Downshift, because at least people know exactly where you're coming from. People, when you don't tell people where you're coming from and people don't know what to expect of you, they don't know what to expect. Therefore, they're always kind of on guard because they don't quite get you, because you might not be being completely authentic. So be authentic. Oh, Life on the Move line. You're welcome, May. Love you. Love you, May. Oh my goodness. There's so much love in this room. I love it. So much love in this space. Also, May, consider coming on the retreat. Consider coming on the retreat with us to Sedona. I tell you one thing, even bring your husband. When we go to Sedona, the energy there is so off the charts that your whole energetic system shifts and moves and has a profound change that's permanent. May, well, that's why people don't like me, because I'm very blunt, very honest. Good, May. Then be around people who can appreciate that. And I draw men that hide and don't communicate the truth. Interesting. Life on the Move line. Very interesting. May, yes, Val, I have dreamed about this retreat. Oh my goodness. May, the retreat. Phenomenal. I gotta just put in the website in the comments here so you guys can go over and check out the retreat, because I tell you one thing, on that retreat it gets live. It gets all the way live. Remove any web addresses and try again. Oh, it didn't let me post the web address. Okay, I'm gonna do this. It gets all the way live on the retreat. It's really beautiful. And you know what? I was leading the retreat, and yet I still learned so much from the retreat as well. Oh, yeah, it looks like it's not posting. Yeah, thank you for that answer, Wizard. Adam, one night stands, I'm not into it, never was. I would have to feel a strong connection to want someone like that to take the chance spiritually and physically. That is taking a chance. Life on the Move line. Does that reflect anything that you may be feeling or carrying? Interesting. Very interesting. Let's, I'm going to put in the chat this, themagicoflove.com. And maybe it'll let us do this so that you can see what it looks like. Oh, you know what? Hey, G-Light. No, you didn't. Well, you didn't miss much. No, we were talking about torn between two lovers, polyamory, the love situation in Kenya. We covered energetically clearing yourself after being with another lover. We covered marriage through the ages and the different expressions of marriage throughout the ages. A lot of good, juicy stuff like we always talk about here on Tantra Talks. So, welcome, G-Light. Hi, G-Light. Hi, July. I don't know why I'm typing. I don't have to be in the chat. Interesting for the update. Yeah. That's the update. So let's check in with the Wiz and see if we are about to wrap up in a little bit. Wiz, I'm gonna ask him if we're about to wrap up. The sound, we would love to have sound, and hopefully next Sunday we'll have sound because he is out of the country currently. Let me ask him. Press that like button, baby. Subscribe and ring the bell. Yay! Thank you. Let's ask Wiz what he's got to say about that. Mia Flores with One Night Stand. Oh, Professor Egad, I love your energy, Valerie. Thank you. Do you feel that modern day dating has transitioned into a more communicative and open territory has become more convoluted? Wow. Excellent question, Professor. And Mia Flores with One Night Stand, I had one back in my 30s, but I was left more empty than having, wow, great experience. So I'm like, done that. No need to do it again. Professor, very, very good question. What's happening on the planet is an overall lift in consciousness. Humanity is experiencing a vast speed up in consciousness, raise in consciousness globally that the Mayans did predict. An acceleration, and we are looking at relationships in all different kinds of ways that we never looked at relationships before. And it also, humanity has come to the place where we're no longer willing to keep ourselves into a box of one particular kind of relationship, and we're more open to all kinds of ways of relating. I am really more open than I've ever been to many, many different ways of relating, which I love. Adam, as far as prostitution, there is a plan, reason, and path that we all go through. And to be honest, we all have prostitute in one way or other. Isn't that the truth? Downshift, I did. Sometimes I find that wives who stay at home, this was true for me, are some of the biggest prostitutes ever, because we trade a lot of times, not all, some, and this was my experience. We trade living our lives. We give up something for being taken care of by someone else. We give up something, and that is a prostitution. It's a prostitution of the spirit and of the soul. Whether it was lifestyle needs, I don't judge, but we all learn from what we are doing and what our place is in this world. Absolutely. Val, I'm ready when you are, okay, because you know I will be here all day. I know that. So it's actually daytime out here. It's daytime out there where the wizard is. The Wiz is in another country, and the Wiz is actually 9 hours ahead of us. No, 8 hours ahead of us. So for him, it's morning, like 8 in the morning. Right now, for me, it's midnight here in Eastern time. G-Light, have you heard about situations where a woman has polygamous relationship, but with husbands? Yes, absolutely. We'll take this last question and then we'll wrap up. Absolutely, G-Light. We were talking about that earlier in the show. So go back and rewind and watch the whole show. Actually, don't even have to rewind, just, watch the show. We were talking about a polyamorous couple who, it was the woman and the man. She was marrying her husband, and then she had another gentleman that she was also going to date so that they could all be together. So absolutely. All right, family, we are wrapping up. Short show tonight because, we would be here all night. No, my mom hates me and I barely know my father. Oh, no, May. We got to talk about that. Adam, where are you again? Adam, I think Adam is in California. Adam, are you in California? Oh, May. We got to talk about that. We love you. We love you. Good. I need to sleep. It's my day of go to sleep, Adam. We need to Skype. We may need to Skype. We may need to Adam is in Scotland. Oh, OMG. How awesome is that? Adam, I love you. All right, we're gonna wrap up the show. Wiz, you have to wrap up the show. Wiz, I have to let him know you have to wrap up, Wiz. Okay. Working on myself so I can find my perfect mate. Excellent. Mia Flores. Wow, great show. You guys are just amazing. Rev, have a blessed night. Please have a beautiful day. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Good morning. Wiz don't like leaving us. I know. I know. Look. I got to message him and say, you have to end the show. He has to end the show because he started the hangout. He's got us on the hangout. We're going to wrap it up. Good night. Love you. Love you. Love you, love you, love you. Good night. Love you. Love you.